So we've demonstrated some of the things on the Lone Star. I'm going to switch over now to the Stiletto side of things. It's the Stiletto Deuce 2. And like we talked about in the interview earlier with Steve, is that when we recorded the Resolution CD, it was before this amp was completely finished. And that record was primarily fueled by vintage British amplifiers. We had a 68 Plexi and a 79 JMP, where a majority of the sounds from that record came from. And as they developed the Stiletto, basing some of the design on some of those sounds, but then of course giving it the Mesa flexibility and sonic integrity, I'm able to capture completely those tones off the Resolution CD. I'm going to start off on the Stiletto on the clean channel. British amps and that type of circuitry, EL34s specifically, aren't known for their lush, gorgeous clean tones. But on the Stiletto, on the clean channel, I've got set to the tight clean setting. And I've got just a little bit of echo in the effects loop. And I'll play something from the Resolution CD, the intro called The Prayer and the Answer. Okay. That's the clean channel of the Stiletto, which for me, for an EL34 amp, that's lush and gorgeous and not what you'd expect out of that British circuitry. And I use that sound quite a bit for the Resolution tones that I get live for that type of intro, which continues on with So on that clean sound, that's when I'll engage, if you step back here, through the GCX system for one of my main lead sounds for the Resolution CD, the tube driver. It's an old TubeWorks pedal they don't make anymore. Figured in largely running that into the clean amp. And so that's what I'm going to switch on now for the next part of that song. If I hit switch number 5, it switches the tube driver. This is on the clean channel. So, like we talked about earlier, finding an amp that likes pedals is not an easy thing to do. That particular old tube driver pedal doesn't sound very good through very many amps. This Stiletto has got that really immediate, clean tone that really reacts nicely with that pedal, and that is the sound of the Resolution CD. So that was the clean channel on the tight the tight, clean mode. I'm going to switch over now to more of the lead channel. And for songs like Gone, the intro to that, or Ghost of You, it's that gained up JMP type sound that I used. And so this amp totally recreates that vibe. So let me play a little bit of the intro to Gone to demonstrate that sound. I should point out that on its own, it's kind of a gained out. A nice amount of gain, real pleasing tone, but when you back the gain down on the guitar, it cleans up wonderfully to this beautiful tone like this. Okay, so I switched there from the tight gain channel to the clean channel with the tube driver in it. We'll play more of that later, but that's the basic signal chain with the Stiletto. And I'm getting those resolution tones through and through, and I couldn't be happier. Okay, so we're going to talk about another few fine-tuning issues with the Stiletto, the way that I've gravitated towards using it. In general, I've always got it in the bold mode. You can take it down to spongy to get a bit spongier tone, of course. But overall, I'm going for that immediate, very dynamic response. Lots of headroom, lots of punch. And for these reasons, I've chosen these settings. So bold setting there. Again, 100 watts on each end, on each channel, I should say, on the clean and dirty stuff. For that reason, again. On the back, you have the option of running the tube rectification or the silicon diodes, and I go for the diodes. Again, just a more immediate attack and more headroom. So overall, I'm getting every little nuance out of the guitar. Nothing's being bogged down or sagged or anything. That can be a desired effect sometimes for some compression, etc. But for me, I just really want every little light touch coming out to really be exposed and be dynamic. And that's what what both amps do for me. So I hope you can use these settings as a springboard for your experimentation. But again, you have to use your ears, and your guitar will sound different, of course, than any other guitar. And your fingers will sound different, of course.